The NFL preseason is over for the Chicago Bears as they fall 24-21 to the Buffalo Bills in preseason week 3. My name is Harrison Graham. We're going to put a wrap on the preseason, plus have 5 takeaways, some from this game and just some other news and rumors circulating around this team right now. Some quick stats from this one as you look through the box score. Kyle Allen, 18-34 for a $162 through a touchdown and a pick. Darrington Evans, former Bear, had a strong game, had a strong touchdown run too, 65 yards and a score on 9 carries. Quentin Morris, 29 yards and a touchdown. P.J. Walker got in late. It was okay, 6 of 11, 71 yards and a touchdown with no interceptions. Tyson Bagent ran in another touchdown. Should have had a touchdown pass, but that fraud Stephen Carlson dropped it. But Carlson, ironically, did lead the team in receiving with 3 catches for 41 yards. The preseason is mercifully over. Who is ready for week 1 against the Packers? Spam FGB in the chat if you're ready for week 1. FGB. 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 Get the FGBs going if you're ready for week 1. Let's get to some takeaways from week 3. And before the game even started, or right after it started, I think it was during our pregame show, Jeremy Fowler reported that Trevis Gipson is seeking a trade. Here's what Fowler of ESPN had to say. Gipson has received permission from the Bears to seek a trade per sources. He, of course, had 7 sacks in 2021, and this was an interesting nugget from Fowler. Could be looking to get back to a 3-4 scheme. So a lot to consider here. So when this came in right around kickoff shortly after, my initial thought is, okay, well, Gipson's not going to play today, right? Wrong! Gipson did play today, and a lot of the talk that I've been making is you've got kind of 4 players jockeying for 3 spots because Yannick Ngakoue and DeMarcus Walker are locks to make this football team. We know that. And by the way, Ngakoue actually got some run today. That was good to see. And then the last 3 spots, if you do carry 5 edges, which I think you will, come down to these 4 guys. Dominique Robinson, Terrell Lewis, Trevis Gipson, and Rasheem Green. Who's the odd man out? I honestly thought it would be down to Gipson or Green, but Gipson played today, had a strip sack, and now I'm sitting there thinking, like, you might want to keep this guy. He's shown more than Rasheem Green. He's shown more than Dominique Robinson. Now, if you're Ryan Poles and you can get a 5th-round pick for a guy who's expiring on his rookie contract, I get the appeal to that, but if you're going off who performed better in the preseason, Gipson was your 4th best edge rusher if you're taking Ngakoue and Walker out of it. Lewis has been your 3rd best guy after that, but Gipson's been next. It's an interesting situation. Let us know in the comments, would you trade Trevis Gipson? Type Y for yes, or you can type N for no. Okay, Justin Fields, bit shaky. Not to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm freaking out. He's not the guy. It's preseason. I think we all overreact to the preseason anyway. But missed his first 3 throws, started 0 for 3, 2 3-and-outs to start the game. But next drive was good. Hit DJ Moore over the middle. And DJ Moore, just the Yak King, spun out of a tackle, picked up 40 yards, had a nice little screen toss to Deontay Foreman for a first down. And on that screen play, Fields got cracked. And the Bears had enough. They took him out of the game, even though it was 1st and goal at the 10. They were like, we're done. That hit is too much. We're not going to mess with it, which, to be frank, I'm fine with. Like, just the fact that the offense got going on that drive was all I needed to see there. But it was shaky. It wasn't great. Now, am I going to sit here and say that 6 throws are going to make or break how I feel about Justin Fields going into the season? No, but there was a couple of back shoulder attempts that he left a little too far inside. There was some crosswind, but that's playing in Chicago, man. It's going to be windy. You got to be able to adjust to that stuff. So, I'd give it a C- type of performance for Justin Fields. Not a ton of reps in the preseason, so we'll see how it goes headed into week 1. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 70,000 subscribers here on Bears Now. If you want daily news, 53-man roster approaching quickly. We'll have a video for roster projection tomorrow. Rumors, watch parties, post-game shows all season long. Multiple videos per day here on Bears Now. Be sure to subscribe. It's 100% free. We've got you covered. Takeaway number 3, Tyson Bagent's a lock to make the roster. The fact that he was the quarterback that checked in for Justin Fields spoke volumes to me. and he played like 2 quarters. I think he's on the 53-man roster. Bagent went 7 of 14, 43 yards and a pick. The raw numbers don't look great, but the pick never happens if Steven Carlson doesn't drop the football the play before. Bagent threw a dot to the end zone on a seam pass for what should have been about a 25-yard touchdown, and Carlson just dropped the football. Now, what also looked good from Bagent for the second week in a row is his mobility. Rushed for another score this week, 4 carries, 23 yards, and a rushing touchdown. He looks comfortable. He only didn't feel the pressure once when he got sacked. Every time else, he seems to have that clock, and he can get out of there and make some plays happen with his legs, and ran in another score today. Had that touchdown been caught, the interception never happens, and the stat line passing-wise looks much better. Bagent's on the roster. I know Walker's been listed as the QB2, but Bagent's the QB2 in my opinion. The only question is, do you keep 3? Do you put P.J. Walker on your 53-man roster? That is the question you've got to answer if you are Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus. We'll see what they do. To me, Bagent has shown more than enough to make this team this year. Before we get to our next takeaway, appreciate Rocket Money for sponsoring our post-game show here. And listen, you want to save money, right? Cut back on spending, have more money in your pockets. Well, Rocket Money is the app to download. RocketMoney.com/Bears now. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. With Rocket Money, you can easily cancel those subscriptions you no longer want as they're all listed together on one screen. Click the cancel button. They'll take care of it. No more long hold times or annoying emails with customer service. Rocket Money does all the work for you. They can even negotiate to lower your bills for you by up to 20%. All you have to do is take a picture of your bill, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest. With over 3 million users and counting, Rocket Money customers have saved an average of $720 per year. Think about that. $720 per year. It's Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Bears now. Stop wasting money. Start saving and setting those budgets and benchmarks that you want to reach. rocketmoney.com/Bears now. Link is in the comments and in the description of this video. Noah Sewell injury. Now, as we're filming this, we don't have a ton of information. I will double check Twitter real quick and just make sure nothing new has come in. But he was slow to get up. He walked to a cart and then got carted off. So it wasn't one of the, like, he was down for a while and then they had to put him on a stretcher. Like Gabriel Huey, the UDFA rookie offensive lineman, that was a straight up carted off the field where they got him to his feet, but the cart was on the field and they took him off. Sewell seemed to get up under his own power. Then they put him on a cart and took him to the locker room. We'll see how severe that is. I'm not seeing an update yet on Twitter as we film this, but obviously he's looked pretty good in the preseason and in training camp. He's obviously a lock to make this football team. He's kind of battling with Jack Sanborn for that third linebacker spot, but hopefully his situation isn't too severe. Huey's probably going to be an IR stash now because that looked pretty nasty. So I would guess that Bears put the UDFA rookie on IR. That way they can stash him in that regard. So we'll keep tabs on Sewell. If anything new comes through, we will keep you guys informed. Okay, Ryan Poles calls out fake news. He hopped on radio with Jeff Joniak on the Bears radio network during preseason. You guys saw the photo of Jonathan Taylor there. He was asked about the Jonathan Taylor and Chris Jones rumors. He said both are false. The Bears have not made offers for those two players. He said they're not interested. Now, he could be playing chess. Who knows? I don't think trading for Jonathan Taylor makes a ton of sense. Chris Jones I could almost see because he's an elite 3 tech, which would be huge for this defense, and Poles was in that Chiefs front office. But Jones is 29. You're going to have to trade big capital to get him. Then you're going to have to pay him like $28, $29 million per year to keep him on a long-term deal. So I kind of buy what Poles is selling there. He called that out as fake news. So we'll see. We'll continue to monitor if Chris Jones and Jonathan Taylor is on the Bears' radar, but I would be surprised at this point if either of those guys became a Bear, especially Jonathan Taylor. That would actually shock me at the end of the day. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is the time of year to subscribe and have those notifications turned on because guys are going to start getting cut. The Bears have 86 players. They got to get down to 53 before Tuesday. If they trade Trevis Gipson, we're going to have you covered on that as well. So turn on the notifications, click the bell after you subscribe, and don't miss out on anything as the NFL preseason has come to a close.